We've got lots of brand new Z690 boards to show you. This time we're checking out something from MSI. It's the MSI MPG Z690 Carbon Wi-Fi. So without further ado, I'm gonna stop talking. We're gonna roll that intro. As usual with these motherboard videos, these videos are not reviews, they're just overviews so we can take a bit of a look at what's on the board, what's in the box, some of the new features with these new LG A1700 boards. So without further ado, let's see what's in that box and then we'll take a closer look. All right, ladies and gents, let's take a look at the MSI MPG Z690 Carbon Wi-Fi. All right, let's first get that motherboard out of the way so we can take a closer look at everything that comes with this new board from MSI. Alrighty. First up, we've got some M.2 lock things. I think these are spare locks for the M.2 locks that are on this board, which I'm going to show in a second. There's also some SATA or SATA cables for your 2.5-inch SSDs or your spinning rush drives. There's this MSI badge. You guys know the story with this thing already. Put this on your case. More performance. That is just science. Next up is a bunch of RGB cables. Now there is an assortment here. There's a Corsair RGB cable, a 12 volt 4-pin RGB splitter cable, and yeah, just a bunch of RGB goodness if that's what you want to do. There's also a bunch of documentation. Now this is mainly promotional stuff here and some stickers you can stick on your battery or your IO cover and that kind of stuff. Pretty standard MSI goodness going on right here. Here's the quick installation guide. Much like the Aorus board that I showed yesterday, this one actually shows a few new things to do with socketing these new LG A1700 CPUs. This is a very good reference guide if you're building LG A1700 for the first time. There's this awesome little brush. Now, I don't speak enough about these, but I actually use this for cleaning stuff. I've got a spare one laying around that I use. There's also a bunch of screwdrivers. This is good too if you don't have tools and you're building your PC for the first time, or you just want a new keyring or a weapon. It's up to you. There's also a USB stick because gone are the days of DVDs in motherboard boxes. Give us more USB sticks because you can use them for other things. They're recyclable in the way that, you know, you can use USB sticks. There's also this user guide. Sorry, I'm getting completely off track. And this is just to help you with motherboard settings and overclocking and all that stuff. There's also a Wi-Fi antenna that comes with it for the built-in Wi-Fi 6E and the Bluetooth on this motherboard. But you know what? None of that is that exciting until we unsheath the beast and take a bit of a closer look at the MSI MPG Z690 Carbon Wi-Fi. But first, Peel Corp. They need to be visited basically every single time we take a look at a new motherboard. Look how saucy that peel is. Ooh, you can almost hear it. You can almost smell the peel, right? Peel has a smell, right? It does. I'm not crazy, right? Anyway, there's a front panel audio header. There's a 4-pin 12 volt RGB header. There's a little LED switch which you can use to turn off the RGB. There's a 3-pin 5 volt addressable RGB header. There's a Thunderbolt header. Yes, this board is compatible with Thunderbolt. I think you need an add-in card. There's also some PWM, some USB 2.0 headers for your RGB controllers and all your legacy stuff. There's another PWM fan connector. There's a TPM header that's back there too, which you don't need for Windows 11 because TPM's built into these CPUs, and the front panel connector for all your lights and all your switches and all that jazz. There's 6 SATA ports or SATA ports for your 2.5-inch SSDs or your spinning rush drives. There's a front panel USB-C header. Next to that is a front panel USB 3.2 header. There's a 24-pin power connector to send juice to your Z690 Carbon Wi-Fi. There's a little diagnostic LED array for post status. There's also a Corsair RGB header, another PWM fan connector, as well as a postcode LED screen, which we're seeing here from the other angle. There's another 3-pin 5 volt addressable RGB header, 2 PWM fan connectors, and if we scoot on by to the other side of the board, there's 2 8-pin EPS power connectors to send juice to your brand new Alder Lake CPU. All right, let's take a bit of a closer look at those PCIe slots. The top PCIe slot is a PCIe Gen 5 by 16 slot. The middle is also a PCIe Gen 5 slot, but this one is only by 8, and the bottom is a PCIe Gen 3 by 4 slot. Much like Z590, the Z690 chipset is passively cooled, so there's no cooling required here, but I thought I'd mention that anyway. In terms of VRM layout, this board features an 18+1+1 phase digital VRM setup with 75 amp smart power stages, and you can see that the cooling for the VRMs on these new Z690 boards is a bit beefier. Speaking of new things, this features Intel's new LGA 1700 socket. It's got 1700 contact pins. I did speak about this previously with the way that this socket actually works in the last video, which I'll put in the description if you want to check it out. I will do a whole video talking about what's different with the LGA 1700 socket on its own, but as far as what I can tell from my testing with the cooler mounting as well, the hole spacing is the same as LGA 1366 and 1356. So a little bit of a fun fact there for you. If we flip the board over and take a bit of a look at what's on the back side of the board, you can see that in typical MSI fashion, it has keep out zones and there's an AMD Crossfire logo, guys. Relax, this is normal for these boards to have this on there. There's 4 DDR5 RAM slots, which support a total of 128 gigs of RAM at 66 megahertz overclock. Alrighty, let's do our usual thing and take the heat sinks off the M.2 slots on this board, because this one is actually a little bit more exciting than you may think. So the 4 M.2 slots that you're looking at right now are all PCIe Gen 4 M.2 slots. So that's pretty outrageous. You don't even need to use SATA SSDs or whatever anymore. And this one here is a PCIe Gen 3 M.2 slot. So you've got 5 in total, much like the Aorus board we checked out yesterday. And much like that board too, it also has a label for what it's connected to, so chipset and whatnot. And lastly, the best feature, this is what ASUS did with Z590 as well. Look at that. No more screws, just easy little clips to clip your drives in. I can get behind that. Lastly, that rear I/O, you've got a BIOS flashback button, you've got a whole bunch of USB 3.2 ports, you've got a DisplayPort connector, an HDMI 2.0 connector, there's 2.5 gigabit Ethernet, USB Type-C, antenna connectors for the Wi-Fi 6E that's built in, 7.1 digital surround sound with optical and SPDIF output, as well as that integrated I/O shield. Hope you guys enjoyed taking a bit of a look at the Z690 Carbon Wi-Fi. This board, I think, is kind of focused more at the mid-range in terms of pricing and whatnot. We actually do have some pricing for these boards. I'll talk about that in a sec, but feature-wise, it's looking as though, again, it's kind of where the Z590 versions of these boards align, so in the mid to higher end of MSI's lineup. The Carbon series of boards from MSI have kind of been the everyone board, if that makes sense. So it's kind of the board that you would actually buy and not the super high tier stuff like the Ace and the Unify and those boards. So yeah, this is definitely one that I think will be quite popular for those who are looking to jump over to DDR5 and Alder Lake. But at the same time, it's kind of hard to say, considering we can't talk about performance or anything yet for another little while, another week or so. I will say, from all the boards that we've taken a look at so far, which is only 2, they all have 5 M.2 slots. So I think we're going to be seeing that across most of the boards. Now, I've got to say this, we do have heaps of boards here already, but because of the volume of boards and time, I haven't had a look at any of them yet. So it's kind of this experience where I get to look at it at the same time as you guys. Obviously, I know a bit more about them because, you know, you guys don't physically have them. But yeah, it is nice to learn this stuff with you guys as well about these new boards. I think it's quite interesting. Another little feature that I noticed on this board that I'm so glad MSI borrowed it from ASUS is those M.2 clips. So we don't need screws anymore. What do you reckon, Claire? M.2 clips, no more screws. Yeah. Put the drives in the slots, clip them, ready to go. Bob's your uncle, how's your father? all that stuff, all those Aussie sayings. Anyways, guys, if you're interested in knowing what the price is, I did find some pricing for this morning. So the US price for the MSI MPG Z690 carbon Wi-Fi is $399 US. That usually translates to anywhere between, I'm gonna say, 489 Australian dollars to around 529. So it's gonna be in that price range, if not a bit cheaper, because I did see that the Z590 carbon is going for around 449 AUD at the moment. So yeah, I thought I'd mention that. Anyways, guys, if you like this video, you know what to do. Smash that like button, make sure you subscribe, do all those things. We've got lots more Alder Lake based content coming, especially after we're allowed to actually talk about the performance and stuff. We've got heaps of builds, the usual stuff. Yeah, there's gonna be lots and lots of motherboard content as well. Just lots of fun stuff, I think. And from what I can say, that the performance is not the most interesting thing about Alder Lake. It's more about the technology that went into it that interests me. And I think that's gonna interest a lot of you guys too. So yeah, I'm really hoping that Intel has a big Ryzen moment, because it's been years since I've been excited about an Intel platform, and this one to me feels like it's going to be very, very exciting. Anyways, if you liked the video, smash the like button. If you hate it, hit the dislike button twice. I'm your boy Nick with Year Seekers. You peek, we seek. Let's do a cinematic ting.